Police and social workers are seeing more reports of sexual assault than ever before. There are two reasons we're told some teens and young adults are more introverted and more violent than in the past years. And more victims are reporting assaults to help the abuser behind bars. Nancy Harrison sat down with Myra Ferrill-Womachil, the executive director of Victim Witness, to discuss what we all need to do to stop this abuse.
Thank you. And joining us is Myra. I'd like to talk about the issue of mandatory reporting. Who is a mandatory reporting and what's it mean?
Well, mandatory reporting means that if a child has been a victim of a crime, in any sort of crime, then the mandatory reporter has to report it. Examples of mandatory reporters include law enforcement, teachers, school administrators, principals, social service workers, religious folks. Some states, not in Arizona unfortunately, but some states also would include like photo development people, you know, so because they see all those different types of images. So mandated reporters in Arizona are basically anybody who works with children.
So teachers, obviously, if the teachers are hearing about
counselors.
an activity, counselors, principals.
Yes.
If you hear of an activity, if someone was sexually assaulted or kidnapped or any of those, you're supposed to report it, right?
Yes,
but
absolutely, clearly.
But do you think that most educators know that they're required to do this?
I think that it gets really confusing sometimes as to what makes a report, and it's a scary thing to do to call CPS or law enforcement because it will have consequences making those calls. I do get a lot of asks from different teachers and administrators. You know, they give me a scenario, should I report this? And I just try to make it clear, you know, it doesn't have to be complicated. If a child was a victim of a crime, you have to report it. Even if that crime happened 5 years ago, even if that child told you, you don't have to make a report, I'm just telling you, right? Because you still do. It's pretty black and white.
So is it illegal not to?
Yes, it is illegal. In fact, that reminds me of the incident in Steubenville, Ohio. Several of the teachers did not make a report, and they were actually charged.
So it's really important for school administrators and others. But, you know, a lot of people think, oh, well, it didn't happen during the school year, or it didn't happen at church. Why do I have to get involved? But just as a decent human, it seems like you...
Even if it didn't happen at school.
Right.
Like, for example, I'm a social worker, and I'm a mandated reporter 24 hours a day. That's what I am, 24 hours a day. And so if it didn't happen in sight, or it didn't happen where it was associated with my agency, I still have to make a report. A teacher or a principal or a counselor, they're just mandated reporters. When they took on that career, they took on that title. And so even if it didn't happen, you know, say in the school, or it happened over summer vacation or any of those things, they still have to make a report.
And just as being a decent human being, it seems like you would step forward and help out a child, just as if it were your daughter, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us again, Myra.
Thank you.
It's really great to see you.